Good morning, dear students. Students, in the last class we had revised the lesson Too Many Professor. So, today we are going to revise the next two chapter, and here the first is a poem, that is The Little Big Man. So, at first, let me recite the poem for all of you. The Little Big Man. I small because I am little child. I shall be big when I am as old as my father is. My teacher will come and say, "It is late, bring your slate and your books." I shall tell him, "Do you not know I am as big as father? And I must not have lessons any more." My master will wonder and say, "He can leave his book if he likes, for he is grown up." I shall dress myself and walk to the fair where the crowd is thick. My uncle will come rushing to me and say, "You will get lost, my boy. Let me carry you." I shall answer, "Can't you see, uncle, I am as big as father? I must go to the fair alone." Uncle will say, "Yes, he can go wherever he likes, for he is grown up." Mother will come from her bath when I am giving money to my nurse, for I shall know how to open the box with my key. Mother will say, "What are you about, naughty child?" I shall tell her, "Mother, don't you know I am as big as father, and I must give silver to my nurse?" Mother will say to herself, "He can give money to whom he likes, for he is grown up." In the holiday time in October, father will come home and, thinking that I am still a baby, will bring for me from the town little shoes and small silken frocks. I shall say, "Father, give them to my Dada, for I am as big as you are." Father will think and say, "He can buy his own clothes if he likes, for he is grown up." Rabindranath Tagore. So let me give you the summary of the poem now. So students, thus here the speaker is a small child, and he will be big one day when he will be as big as his father. At that time, his teacher will come and ask him to bring his slate and books. But he will say that he is no longer a kid and he doesn't need to learn lessons now. And then his master will say that yes, he can leave his books now as he is grown up now. And the little boy can dress up as his own wish and go to the fair by himself, even though the crowd is thick. Because when his uncle will come and tell him that he will lost and let him carry him, then he will reply that he can go to the fair as all alone, as he is as bigger as father now. And he will answer that yes, he can go anywhere now. Then mother will come from bath and he will be giving money to his nurse, as now he knows how to open the box with keys. Mother will ask, "What are you doing?" And he'll reply, "Then he is grown up now and he must pay his nurse." And mother will say that yes, he can give money to anyone. And during the puja holidays in October, when father will bring small shoes and silken frocks, thinking that he's still a kid, then the speaker will ask his father to give them to Dada, as he is grown up now. And the father will think that yes, he can buy his own clothes as he is big enough now. So this is the summary of the poem. Now let me give you the question answers from here. So here the first one is, why is the name of the poem The Little Big Man? And your answer is, the name of the poem is The Little Big Man, as here the little big man is a little child who craves the freedom that comes along with growing up. The number 2. What is the tone of the speaker? Sad, happy, longing, or horrified? Why do you think so? And the answer is, here the tone of the speaker is longing, as he is craving for the freedom which he'll get after growing up. Now student, we will read the next chapter, that is how the first letter was written, and now let me give you the summary of the poem. So these are the certain characters that we will find here in this story. And student, the story starts with two characters, Taffy and Tegumai. So Taffy is a little girl and Tegumai is his father. So both of them, they went for fishing through a beaver swamp, and his father's spear, which was made out of wood with teeth of shark at the end, broke down, and he didn't have any extra spear with him. Then Taffy suggested that let her go to the home and take another spear. But her father forbade her to do so, as her little legs can't run so much, and besides she may fall down in the beaver swamp and drown. Just then the girl saw a strange man, but he belonged to another tribe, so he didn't understand Tegumai's language. Taffy asked the stranger that whether he knows her mummy's address, and the stranger man thinks that she is a wonderful child and she must be the daughter of this noble chief. Taffy told the stranger that she wants him to go to their house and bring her daddy's black spear. The stranger man thought that he was not understanding even a single word of Taffy, but if he doesn't do what she is asking, maybe this chief will agree with him. He then got up and gave a twisted bark of a birch tree to Taffy. He was trying to say that he meant no harm, but Taffy thought that he is asking for her mother's address. As Taffy couldn't write, so she tried to draw her address. She even asked for the shark's tooth of his necklace to scratch with it. And then she pulled out his shark tooth necklace and started drawing her address. She then drew her daddy fishing, then his broken spear, then another spear that he wants, then she drawn herself with spiked hair, and then the stranger. The stranger only smiled as she was not understanding anything. And she then drew the address of her home for the stranger and tried to explain it to him. He only nodded his head looking at the picture, and Tegumai then told Taffy that he had mended the spear and now he is fishing. The stranger couldn't understand anything but walked away with the picture in his hand, and unfortunately he found Teshumai at the door of her cave. He handed her the drawing. As soon as she saw the picture, she screamed, and the other ladies of the tribe knocked him down and sat on him, and Teshumai pulled his hair. She thought that the man had kidnapped Taffy, and they even filled his hair with mud. The man then led everyone to the bank of the Wagai River, and Taffy was surprised to see everyone there. But Teshumai was very happy to see her daughter safe. But Taffy was confused what were they doing with the good stranger man. Teshumai then showed her the horrible picture which was full of fish spears. Taffy then explained the picture to everyone, and everyone laughed listening to the description of this picture. The head chief then told that one day these pictures will be the 26th letter. And then Taffy thanked the stranger man. So this is the story. Now let me give you the question answers from the story once again. So here the first question is, why did the stranger man give Taffy the bark? And the answer is, the strange man gave Taffy the bark as he wanted to tell her that his heart is as white as that birch bark. Number 2, where were Taffy and her father? Why did they go there? And the answer is, Taffy and her father were near the Wagai river. They went therefore fishing. Number 3. What did Taffy do with the bug? And the answer is Taffy drew the picture having the address of her mummy on that bug. Next, where are they? They are on the banks of Wagga River. Why is she stamping her foot and making faces? She is stamping her foot and making faces because she wants him to bring her daddy's spear and he is not understanding her language. Next, was the speaker afraid? If so, why? Yes, the speaker was afraid because he thought that Taffy was the chief Tegumai's daughter. And if he didn't do what Taffy was asking, then the chief would be angry. The next question is, now I will draw a message. Number A, who wrote the message? The answer is Taffy wrote the message. Number B, what did the message say? And the answer is, the message said that Tegumai needed another spear. Number 3, describe the message. And the answer is, Taffy drew a message to her mother on the birch bark. At first she drew a broken spear of Tegumai and then the other spear that the stranger man needed to fetch for Tegumai. She also drew herself and the stranger man. Next question. Did the stranger man manage to deliver the message? The stranger man was able to give the picture to Teshomai, but he couldn't deliver the exact message that Taffy wanted to give her mother. And the next question is, what reception did stranger man meet with at Tegumai's house? And the answer is, the stranger man met with a terrible reception at Tegumai's house. As after seeing that horrible picture, Teshomai thought that the stranger man had struck Taffy and her father. So Teshomai and the other ladies of the tribe knocked him down. They also hit him, filled his hair with mud, and rolled him up and down on pebbles. So these are the question answers from the chapter. Now we have punctuation from here, and student, punctuations are certain marks that we use to divide writings into sentences or phrases, and the common punctuations that we use are full stop, comma, question mark, exclamation mark, etc. So here we will describe in detail the use of comma. So student, we use comma to separate words or a group of words in a list while addressing someone. After exclamatory words to include extra information in a sentence, etc. So with that, students, we have finished our today's discussion also, and also the discussion on part B book. So in the next and in the last class before our exam, we shall discuss the grammar part for all of you. So as for now, here is the end of our today's class. Thank you so much for watching this.